So please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. And today is October 7th. So on this evening too, we are here to practice noble, non-sectarian practice of meditation. So month of October has started. For the Vipassana meditators, they only have another, I think, 3 weeks. 3 weeks to practice. So give your entire effort, work hard for the benefit of yourself. So you are working for your own benefit first, and then when you develop, you will be beneficial for the other people too. Your own positivities, you won't keep them only with you. You will share it with everyone. So whenever you get a big cake, so you can't eat that alone. So what you'll do, you'll eat some. At the same time, you will share it with your family members, and then later on with the other people, if you have a huge amount of it. So this is just like that. Loving kindness is a cake which has no bounds. And compassion is a cake which has no bounds. Peacefulness is a cake which has no bounds. Happiness is a cake which has no bounds. And you won't keep them with yourself. You can't help yourself without sharing it with the other people. So you will, first of all, you will change, and you will be the first person who will enjoy all those positivities. Then later on, all the other people that you will associate. So please work very hard. That is especially for Vipassana meditators, but for the breathing meditators who recently joined too. So I really appreciate you started, but there is a long way to go. Very patiently, little by little, let's go through the journey, right? So you are doing this for yourself. You have to keep that in mind again and again, first of all. So now the Vipassana meditators, they are working with the negativities. So negativities, they are just like the 4 kinds of snakes, according to Buddha. Buddha said that there are 4 kinds of snakes. So one snake, when it bites, so for the moment that it bit, so we feel the poisonousness, so the poison. But after a while, it goes away. Only for a short time, that poison stays, right? And then there's another snake. When it bites, it doesn't. So there are some. So some of you are from the medical field. I know you know. So some snakes, when they bite, so they don't the poison, the poisonousness. It doesn't happens at once, but later the consequences come, and it lasts long. And then there is another snake. So when it bit anybody, so at the very same time when it bit, we feel the poisonousness, consequences of that, it's poison, and later on too, for a long time. So the consequences of that poison last long. And there is another 4th kind of snake, 4th kind of a snake. So this snake, when it bit, so it has no poison. So at the very same time that it bit, no consequences of its poison. And at the same time, later on too, nothing happens. These are the 4 kinds of snakes in the world. So just like that, so the nature of negativities are the same. So let's take anger. Anger, so we took it as an example, but there are so many negativities. So anger. So there are some people who gets angry fast. So they get angry at once, but it doesn't last long. After a while, it fades away. There's another group. So they don't show anger at once, but that anger lasts long. This is the second group. And there is another group. They show anger at once too, and at the same time, it lasts long throughout the life, sometimes throughout the life. So there's a 4th kind. By developing the mind, they don't get angry. And at the same time, even though they develop 1 or 2 angry thoughts, they right away, just like a water bubble, it passes away. So there are these 4 kinds of individuals in the world. So when they react to negativities, maybe you won't be you won't be able to become the 4th category at once. At least try to be the 1st category. Yes, negativities come. Then it is your habitual action to react, but you are changing it through vipassana. But progress comes slowly, right? So we go with the habitual way that we are used at the beginning. So it'll change, but for now, whenever it comes, you have to realize these negativities arise not for the well-being of me. These negativities arise not for the welfare of me. These negativities arise not for the benefit of me. These negativities arise for the harm of me. They are harmful for me. And they bring a lot of dangers. So understand that we should let all those negativities go. And so we should be just like the 1st person. Who is the 1st person? Who is the 1st person? Yes, at the beginning we feel the poison, but later on it goes on. Just like that snake. So we get angry, we feel jealousy, or we feel ill will, we feel hate, right? We feel vanity or such kind of negativity. But whenever you realize, oh, I have this negativity, you start working on it and you let it pass. Right? So be like the 1st person, right? At least try to be like that, but not the 2nd, not the 3rd. Very dangerous. So with that understanding, please keep on working with your negativities, right? And whatever the negativities that arise, please understand they arise because of our ignorance. Ignorance about our own body and about the other people's bodies. Our environment, about the outside environment. Since we have ignorance, since we don't understand the truth about those things as they really are, we have developed these negativities. If we really understand by our own experience that everything passes away, arise to pass away, we don't get angry. But since we think everything is permanent, everything is everlasting, everything is not changing, since we are living with that ignorance, we get angry. We practice jealousy. We practice vanity, and there are so many other negativities that we feel. So the foolish people, when they are overcome by those negativity, they sometimes do very harmful actions. towards the other people. So if you are in medical field, then you know every day you have a count. Somebody has hit another person, and this person has injured and brought to the hospital. And so certain people, so they do various kind of harmful things because of the negativities, right? So work on like that, work on with the negativities like that, and let those negativities gradually go. At the beginning, you will start just like the first person, the person who feels negativities, and then gradually you manage it and let it pass. But later on, when you try to develop the understanding more and more, and let yourself feel, let yourself recognize, let yourself experience the truth about the nature within yourself. When you say you see outside. Only by seeing outside, you can't see you. So if you really want to recognize the outside world, you have to recognize your inner world. When you recognize your inner world, you recognize how the outside world is, right? So work hard for yourself. Right? So now we are going to start today's meditation. So Vipassana meditators, they are asked to practice, since starting from today, they are asked to practice, so observing the sensation both the ways. So last time I asked you to observe the sensations from bottom to top. So today, starting from today, if you have time, if you could observe if you can observe the sensations properly, so keep on observing the sensations bottom to top and top to bottom, both ways. So sometimes in certain areas, you might feel a similar kind of sensation. Let's say within a large portion of area, let's say the back. So you feel one sensation. So predominantly one sensation. Let's say you feel hardness or you feel heat. So throughout your whole portion of your back area, so you feel heat. So at such times, so observe and move fast. Observe the whole area, not part by part, pitch by pitch. So observe the whole area as one package, one unit, and move. So let your be aware about it from bottom to top, just like you sweep, right? And then start. Start from your from your fingers, right? So that's how you have to do. Let's say in the front portion or on your hands all the way. Throughout your hand, let's say you feel one sensation predominantly. At such times, sweep and mass. Sweep and pass that whole sensation, and then move to another place, another part, right? Like that. Sweep and pass, right? So that's what you have to do, and right. So bottom to top and top to bottom, part by part, pitch by pitch, observe sensations. Whatever the sensations that you experience, be aware that all those sensations are impermanent, changing, right? New meditators, you are asked to practice breathing meditation. So during the upcoming 3 weeks too, I kindly request, please practice breathing, because still your concentration might not have developed. So please start practicing breathing meditation. Please keep on practicing breathing meditation during the upcoming 3 weeks too. Right? What you have to do is, when the breath is coming in, be fully aware. When the breath is going out, be fully aware. If the breath is long, be aware. If the breath is short, be aware. If the breath is gross, if the breath is soft, let it be so. Keep on being aware. Keep on being aware. And please practice mindfulness. Please practice inner peace, and please practice inner. By that way, please develop inner happiness too, inner content. So ardently, please practice. Before we start the silent meditation time, so let me pay our gratitude to the Buddha, and after that we are going to start today's meditation. Calm down. Calm down. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight, right palm on your left palm, and calm down. Calm down. Close your eyes. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyacharana sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo samdittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko paccattam vedikampo vinyohiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinam chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa pugalam Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhitam lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, balanced and very equanimous mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Please start your meditation. If you are practicing breathing meditation, if you are a newcomer, please practice breathing meditation. Dear students, please keep on practicing Vipassana and observe the sensations from bottom to top and top to bottom, top to bottom, bottom to top. Whatever the meditation technique that you practice, I sincerely wish may your meditation practice be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation. Now, everyone, please keep your eyes closed, but you can change your posture. If your legs are hurting, not the Vipassana students, but the new students, they can change your posture if you like. If you still can bear, stay the same. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation. We are going to share our loving kindness with everyone. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves, with you. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please share loving kindness with yourself first. Now let's share our loving kindness with our dear parents and at the same time with our teachers, with our relatives and friends. May my mother, my father, my teachers, my relatives and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Spread love and kindness to all of them, sincerely. Now let's share a loving kindness with the neutral people. The, the people who are not either our friends or relatives, at the same time with the people who are not our enemies. May all the neutral people be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now let's think about our enemies. There may be people in your life that you have enmities with. Before you spread loving kindness towards them, Please forgive for the mistakes that they did. And at the same time, ask forgiveness for the mistakes that you did towards them. May my enemies be well, be happy, be peaceful. May my enemies be very peaceful. Spread loving kindness towards them. Finally, let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the universe. Let them be human beings, let them be animals, let them be other visible or invisible beings. Let them have various differences, various capabilities, various appearances. Without considering all those differences, please share your loving kindness with all the beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please share your loving kindness with all the beings, all the beings. Now everyone, please open your eyes and let your whole body to calm down. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Now sit comfortably. So, dear Dhamma friends, during the meditation time, I really appreciate about giving you everything. So, this is as I always mention, this is an investment. So make sure you invest your time, right? You invest your effort for yourself. So the positivity that you develop, it doesn't become limited to this life. So if you don't believe in next lives, that's fine. In this life, you will be able to live happily. And at the same time, so later on, in the next lives too, this habit will go with, and it will bring you a good life in the next lives too. If you don't believe in next life, that's fine. So at least in this life, you will be happy and you will be peaceful. So work very hard, and I appreciate. So nowadays I'm teaching about you about 10 perfections. So in Pali, those days language, we call it Dasa Paramita. Pali means the language, which is Pali and Sanskrit are the both languages which are the mothers of the modern South Asian languages. So, Dasa means here 10. Paramitas means perfection. Dasa Paramitas means 10 perfections. So I kept on teaching you, and I want to check first whether you remember at least the first two. So last week I told the first one. Mr. Hai, can you remember the first one?
Generosity.
Very nice. So should give an applause. So generosity. What is the second one? Mr. Howard, can you remember the second one?
Sila, generosity.
Oh, very nice. Good job. Good job. But no need of an applause because that is last week. Somehow, let's skip. Right, very nice. So second one is sila. Very nice. Morality. Today I'm teaching about you about the third one. Dana, generosity. Sila, moral qualities. And Nikkama is the third one. Nikkama means letting go, renunciation, renouncing. So renouncing means, so we are attached to everything with craving. Craving is the one that has bound us with the other things. So we let go of craving. People might think, oh, that means you give material stuff. No, giving material stuff helps to come out of craving to a certain level. But come out of craving cannot be done, cannot be completed like that. So you can't go to the depth level with those. So, but to build up the base, that's good, but you have to go up and down. So letting go of craving is called a renunciation. So many times, the Buddha in many lives, he practiced renouncing. So even the enlightened beings, they practice renouncing. So mainly, so here too, when you are practicing vipassana and when you are practicing mindfulness meditations techniques, both breathing meditation and loving kindness meditations are mindfulness meditations. So when you practice them, you practice renouncing. What do you renounce? You renounce calmlessness and you practice calmness. And you renounce the discomfort, so the addiction to comfort, and you practice balance of mind. So when you bear the discomfort, and that's why during the vipassana we practice not changing the posture, right? So then it develops patience. So we renounce impatience and we develop patience. So like that, we renounce so many things, so many negativities, and then related to craving, and we develop so many positivities related to the opposite side of greed. So freedom, right? We develop freedom, right? So some people misunderstands this. So they think renouncing means you renounce everyone. So renounce means, okay, you renounce your wife, husband, children, house, car, everything. So one funny incident happened in Los Angeles. So there was one Italian immigrant called Mario. So he found there was one great scholar called Hermann Hesse in Germany. So he he wrote a book about Buddha's life, Siddhartha. So after reading this, he got to know about this renunciation. So his wife he decided he'll go for a long trip in Europe. Yes, he can go, but there was a problem. His wife was pregnant, and then so she was about to deliver the baby, and then the wife and the husband had an argument, and then and had an argument, and then he insisted that he is practicing renunciation, so he can go anywhere. So so then finally the wife had to call the Los Angeles temple to come and settle everything. So that Bhante went and asked Mario, "What are you going to do?" He said, "I am going for a long trip across Europe." Then, how can you go, Bhante asked. So your wife is pregnant and she is going to deliver the baby right in the next month. So he said, "No, I'm a practitioner of renunciation, so I can go anywhere." And he added, "I read so Herman says Siddhartha was 7 times. So I know Buddhism, I can renounce." Then Bhante said, "So renounce. So even wherever you go, so you can't renounce things like that. Renunciation doesn't mean you avoid your responsibilities and you don't take care of the people around you. Renunciation means so understanding the nature, so accept agreeing with the nature. So you understand that everything is impermanent, and you let those things to so you let those things to flow with their own natural flow. That's what renouncing means. So you don't expect them to be like this or like that. So you just go along with the nature. So Bhante had a very hard time to convince him because he was so proud and he thought he knows more than Bhante because he read Herman says Siddhartha for so many times. So such kind of things happen. So it doesn't mean you don't do a job. It doesn't mean you don't do anything. So you do all those things. So during the Buddhist time too, Anathapindika was the main sponsor of one of the main sponsors of the Buddha. He was the biggest banker in India. Not only he had so his business in India, he had business in Iran and Iraq and many other. It was widespread. I mean, he was one of the biggest millionaires at that time. So he didn't stop business, even though he attained the first stage of enlightenment. So Vishaka, so she was the main female sponsor of the Buddha. So she had a lot of businesses. So the garland that she wore, so it was which was called as Mela Parandana in Pali language. So that means so expensive garment. So at that time, it costed So 18 crores, that means 1 crore means 10 million, right? So 80 million, 180 million gold coins. So because she was one of the richest ladies at that time. So she didn't, later on she sold it and made a temple called Vihara for the other people to come and practice meditation, a meditation center. She bought because she forgot it at the temple. So even though it was so expensive, when she enters the temple, so when people come to the temple, they don't wear all those fancy stuff and come, right? They come simple. So she also came simple. To be simple, she took it off. One day she forgot it. She forgot it means the maid servant who was taking care of it, forgot it. So that's how she decided she'll sell. So something that she forgotten at the temple, she thought it's not good to take, and she decided she'll sell it and make another meditation center for many other people to come and meditate and have a lot of peace and happiness. It doesn't mean you will let us have whatever you forget at the temple. Please, we'll keep them aside. Please take it home. So, right, somehow, so it is like that. It's a mental thing. It's not a physical thing, right? Physically, you have to practice too, and there are certain practices like giving food, giving some monetary donations, giving. So whenever you have time, working voluntarily. So whenever you come, so you make the place. So you donate time, you donate effort for the other people, so that everyone else, when they come, they have comfortable seats to sit, right? So like that. So there are such kind of practical ways. So, but it doesn't mean you let go and throw away everybody and everything aside. No. You understand the nature and you agree with the nature and you go along with the nature, right? That's what it means. So, we carry on until we go along with the craving. So you are going to suffer. So there is no two words about it. Craving always brings us suffering, because whenever we have craving, we have opinions and expectations from things. But in this whole universe, nothing happens according to our expectations in the exact according way. There is, so you will say 99% perfect, but there is 1% which has not happened. So that's the truth. So everything doesn't happen according to your own intention, your own wishes. So whenever we have craving, we can't stop. We crave. We always crave. So whatever the thing that happens, it should be comfortable. I don't like discomfort. You keep on reacting. So during your Vipassana meditation, whenever you encounter a good sensation, let's say you feel very light sensation. So let's say one of you feel very nice glowing sensations, vibrating sensations sound. So then what happens? Then you have never felt it before. This is the first time, and they are so much comfortable, and you feel, oh right. So they should stay the same, because it's an ecstasy, and you feel so comfortable. And this is never you felt this sensation before, and you think, may that sensation last, and may I become. What happens? Sensation is sensation. It arises to pass away. It passes away. You are sad. Discomfortable sensations good that you encounter the most. So when they arise, what happens? You start your regular activity. What is that? Hating. I don't want this. This is uncomfortable. This is not nice. I don't like it. So then you break the balance of mind, right? So again, that's what happens in the world. Always, most of the time, you are not contented with anything that are happening around. Everything is, you see everything, oh, this is not perfect, that is not perfect, I want it this way, I want it that way. You correct. But that's how the world is. That's how the world is. So, so nothing happens according to your intentions. This is not your world. That's what it teaches. So the Dhamma talks to you in its own language, because your mind is not balanced. You can't understand what the Dhamma is saying. So this is not your own world. You are not the leader of the leader or the governor of this world. This is what it is. So you agree, you understand that it is changing, and you become peaceful, and you let that craving go. So when you practice like this, so the more you practice this way, so the more the power of craving goes down, but it's very deep rooted. So you have to work hard and for a long time, patient, right? So at one, it is not like, so as I always mention, it's not just like quick noodles. You take hot water and you put noodles, and within 1 minute it's done and you can eat. No, you have to work hard, very patient. So to develop, it took a long time to have to face all these discomforts, unhappinesses, all these things. You took a long time to develop craving, and it takes another certain period of time. A certain period of time to get rid of. So you had to work patiently, calmly, and with understanding, right? Developing understanding. So you have to let your ignorance go away. You have to let your wisdom to rise. So it's just what happens. Then what will happen to you is the thing which happened to the friend who brought cow down. Can you remember the story? Okay, once again. So there were two friends who were going, who went a long journey, and they were coming back. And when they were coming back, they saw cow dung. Cow dung. So at that time, cow dung, even nowadays in rural India, so we use, so they use cow dung. Not only in India, I think in other countries too. We use cow dung for various purposes. So especially at that time, cow dung was precious, right? Since they were farmers. So both friends decided, we'll take cow dung with us. So they took 2 bags, filled those 2 bags with cow dung, and started taking them along with them. When they were continuing, so both friends came across a pile of wood. One friend said, there was a wise friend, that friend said, so buddy, I think we should throw away this valueless cow dung. We should take this, we should take some wood along with. The other friend said, unwise friend said, no, I'm going to take cow dung with me. So let it be valuable. I don't care. So I was taking it all the way up here. So I'm going to take it with me. So wise friend, he threw the cow dung away and filled the bag with fire, with wood. And both of them were continuing the journey. Then they came across a pile of iron, so iron pieces. Then again, wise friend thought I should throw away the wood. He told his friend, we have now iron. So let this useless cow dung go, and let's have some iron along. Let's take some iron along with us. Then that friend said, "No, I was taking for kilometers. So for miles, I was taking cow dung. I'm not going to throw it away. So if you like, you can take iron. I don't care, but I'm going to take cow dung alone." So wise friend threw away the wood, filled the iron pieces. So in his bag, put iron pieces in his bag, and they were continuing. So then they found a pile of silver pieces. So after several miles, they found a pile of silver pieces. Wise friend said, "Now we have silver. So how wonderful. So let me throw away this useless iron. Let me have silver. Right. Please, friend, this is enough. Let this cow dung go. And let's fill the bag with silver." That friend said, "No, I brought this cow dung all the way. So for so many miles. I'm not going to let it go. If you like, take silver. I'm taking cow dung along with me." Right? Then they kept on continuing. One is with cow dung as usual, the other one with a silver bag. Then they came across a place where there were many gems. Then at that area, the wise man said, "Oh, now we found gems. Let's fill the bags with these gems. Let me throw the silver away. It's not useless right now." So he started filling his bag with gems and asked his friend to throw away the cow dung and fill the bag with the gems. That friend said, "No, for so many miles, I'm saying to throw away the cow dung that I brought all the way up here. I'm not going to throw it away. If you like, fill your bag with gems. I'm going to take the cow dung along." So both of them continued. On the way, it was raining. It started to rain. Cow dung got melted and started pouring more within the whole body of that unwise friend. Finally, he didn't have cow dung too, but only had a stingy body. That simile, through that simile, Buddha says, cow dung is just like a craving. So whenever we have the craving, right, we don't see the right and the wrong. So when we are overpowered with craving, we don't see the right or the wrong, right? Because of craving, we develop various negativities. For an example, extreme liking. So because of extreme liking, you can see there are certain people, so certain affairs in the worldly world, so mundane world, people kill. So people kill. If there are certain fiancés, they ask another. So there are certain people who asks from a girl sometimes her her love. But if she doesn't cooperate, if she says no, there are certain people kills. Extreme liking, chanda. Buddha, according to Buddhist psychology, so it is called as chanda. And then, so anger. Anger is another one. So then the other one. So because of anger too, people kill, people steal, people do various kinds. People lie, so many things. And then fear. Sometimes extreme fear. When you're overpowered with fear too, you can do any harmful thing, right? And then you can get delusional thoughts at such because of craving, because of ignorance. So because of those delusional thoughts too, people can do any wrong action. That's why some people they carry bombs and they jump into a place where the other people are, then they blast off thinking they'll go to heaven. So extreme delusion. So such kind of thoughts can come. So all these things happen because of craving. So whenever good qualities come, which are just like gems, we don't grab, right? So we don't digest it. We don't adapt into our life. Instead, we let those things go, and we go along with it. Most of us go along with the craving. And craving, whenever someone is with the craving, to the amount that we do have, to the amount that it is active, it brings us unhappiness. It brings us peacelessness. It brings us discomfort. And it misses, to the amount that we have it, it misses our life. The more that we get rid of it, the more happy we become. The more peaceful that we become, the more comfortable that we become, the more free that we become. So we have to renounce craving, right? So, so to renounce craving, at the beginning, you have to adopt good actions, good precepts. So the precepts that I mentioned in Sila. So not killing. Whatever it happens, you don't kill. You don't steal. You don't do sexual misconduct. You don't practice lying. You don't take intoxicants. No separative speech. So like that. So and whenever you multiply good actions, so you lose the grip. You lose the useness to do wrong actions. It is just like this. So there are two trees. One tree is poisonous. One tree is some kind of a good tree which can give sweet fruits. So you are the one who has to decide. So which tree should grow, and which tree should grow, and which tree should not be should not grow. So you don't fertilize, you don't water, you don't you don't give anything for the tree, so which is poison. Then later on, that tree dies, right? So even though it grows, it doesn't become a fruitful tree, good tree. And this one, when we fertilize, when we give water, and when we plant it in a nice place, so under the sun, that it can absorb the heat of the sun, it grows and will give you great fruits. So it's like that. So for now, multiply good moral action. So that's a way of renouncing the craving. It's hard. It's not easy. The so our inner useness, our inner desires, they are always aligned with the wrong side. Because that's how we were doing it for a long period of time. It's hard to turn the tide at once. But with wisdom, with the wisdom that you are developing, with the small, at least with the small understandings that you have, try to turn the tide and multiply good side and let the bad trade die. Right? And at the same time, you should let let the wrong actions that are related to that arise because of craving go because of 4 fears. So to conclude, let me teach you those 4 kinds of fears. First fear. So when you do those wrong actions, even though nobody sees, sometimes you think you shake whether there is someone to see your wrong action, and if there is no one, you do that. But there is someone that can see your action. That's yourself. You see your action. You understand that it's wrong, and then you punish yourself. I did a wrong thing. It's not nice to do like that. It's not right. It keeps on reminding. Because of your own accusations upon you, it's a big punishment. So you should not do wrong actions. That is the first fear. What is the second fear? So paranvadabha. Then because of the other people. If the other people get to know, they'll ridicule you. They'll abuse, they'll accuse you, right? They'll corner you. And because of the other people, because of the fear that we have for the other people, we should not do wrong actions. And number 3, third fear, you have to go to jail if you do a very strong wrong action. Because of the fear of jail, you should not do wrong action. And among them, there is a biggest fear that you have to consider. Fourth one, dukkha. After, so what you read in the past, you are having it right now. Whatever you are growing right now, they will be the crops of you in the future. Right? So being afraid to be born in uncomfortable places, uncomfortable words, we have to let wrong actions go. We should not do wrong actions. We should do good actions. So there are 4 fears. Because of you, because of your accusation, because of the other people's accusation, because of so the jail, and because of the samsaric circle. Right? So keep this in mind, and I will ask whenever the time comes. Okay. More importantly than that, please apply it into your life. These are real things. Right? So work ardently and little by little, try to renounce the craving and develop inside the mental detachment. So, but mental detachment, not like those foolish people. So mental detachment means understanding the nature and agreeing and living alone with the nature. It is not Buddhist nature, it is not Hindu nature, it is not Christian nature, it is not Muslim nature, it is not atheist or agnostic or any nature. It is what it is. That's what Buddha taught. And you live along with that nature. No need, no labor with the nature, what it is. Right? So with that determination, please work ardently. And now it is the time to conclude. Now everyone, please think together to be happily practice meditation. And even though with discomforts, all of you listen to these noble words of the Dhamma. And by all those ways, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. Let's share that positive energy with all the sick people in the world, gaining this positive energy. May all of them be healthy and comfortable. May this positive energy be with all of us. By the power of this positive energy, may all our good wishes come true. May all our difficulties be away. May we have a long life with beauty, mental and physical comfort, strength, and wisdom. Practicing this noble non-sectarian Dhamma practice, meditation practice, may all of you attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and please concentrate. Amivadena silise nichang vada pachai Chattaro dhamma vadanti Ayuvanno sukham balam Ayurarogya sampatti Sagga sampatti mevate Ato nibbana sampatti Iminati samijjato. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very peaceful. Very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. And good night to everyone. Sukhi hotu. May you be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah, you can stand. Right. Good night, Mr. Howard, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night to you.
Yeah, good night. And good night, Jaime.
Bhante, thank you.
Good night. Good night, Mrs. Meena. Right. Good night, Mrs. Pragati.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Yeah, good night. And who else?